I'm Eric Loy, and welcome to Eric Loy Interviews. On this podcast, we talk with folks from the VTuber community on their channels, their talents, their stories, where they come from, and their plans for the future. We are joined by Limeri. Hi.
Hello.
Please introduce yourself.
My name is Limeri. I am a Chinese dragon, and I can summon limes.
Well, whenever you get a few of those, you can get limeade.
Yes, you can. Yeah, we'll never run out of fruit.
That's true. That's true. I appreciate you coming on. I was able to watch a little bit of what you got going on stream. When did you get started?
Awesome. About 2 months ago, March 21st was my first stream. So we're coming up to about the 3-month mark now.
Yeah, and does that count your stuff on YouTube and TikTok as well, or were you doing those a little longer?
So it's about the same amount of time. I kind of just reshare clips from my Twitch streams to my YouTube and my TikTok. So that came a little bit after I started streaming.
Yeah, it looks like especially the TikTok is caught on really, really well.
Yes, yes, it has.
And lots of big numbers showing up on that account, and hopefully that'll drive everybody to the other sites too.
Awesome, yeah, I hope so too.
So, what made you get the start in VTubing?
So I've always kind of admired VTubers. I've kind of watched them off and on since like 2018. And I used to live stream as like an IRL face cammer.
Mm-hmm.
But I just couldn't kind of find the energy to, get everything ready and get myself put together and then get on stream and do all these things before I got on stream.
Right.
And so kind of VTubing became a way where like I could just, kind of sit in my grungy clothes after I rolled out of bed and talk and be happy and create a community and not have to like look attractive or put together and have people kind of, like me just for me and the things I say and the content I put out there.
Yeah. I think that's an underrated thing. I don't know if we've hit that on that very much through these interviews, is not just the comfort that some people have of, not feeling like they're in front of everybody all the time, but the comfort that you have being able to sit there in, a grungy t-shirt and sweatpants or whatever and still perform for everybody, even though your face still has one of the Cheerios that you ate this morning for breakfast on it. It doesn't.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, it doesn't make any difference because you're still able to perform at that level, which I think is kind of underrated as far as that goes.
I 100% agree.
Yeah. So was it easy to make the transition, and how did you get your model?
So I kind of had been thinking about it for a while, and then I kind of met somebody who was a lot more into the VTubing community, and I got to learn a lot more about it and meet a couple people who were a little bit on like more established and
Mm-hmm.
a little bit bigger in the community. And I got to see like I guess the background side of it, and it made me want to kind of pursue it because I always wanted to pursue it for a while, just never thought it was something that I was like meant for or good enough for.
Mm-hmm.
But getting to see like the background side and everything else around it gave me a little bit more confidence to actually do it. So I kind of went on like VGen, and I found an artist mommy on there, and she's been super wonderful and amazing, and she made my art for my model, and she rigged it and everything, and she's super sweet, and she did all my future outfits that are going to come later on this year, and
Yeah.
she's been wonderful and
You can
amazing so far.
you can tell us who she is.
It's Van Deer.
Oh, Van Deer. Okay, there now everybody's writing that down so they can
Yeah,
try to steal it.
she's wonderful. I definitely recommend her. She's amazing with her artwork, and she's been growing a lot as we've been kind of working together. So it just keeps getting better.
Well, that's good. Good to have kind of that beneficial relationship between the both of you. And the more that you get experienced in this, and the more she gets experienced in it, you kind of grow together.
Yeah, exactly. And it's good to find like a good artist because there's so many like scams in like the artist community, and finding a good artist who actually knows how to properly like separate a model and then rig all the parts is truly challenging.
Yeah. Now you said you started off with the face cam stuff. Um, so something must have drove you to that. Have you always been type of an entertainer?
Yeah, so in real life, I'm a cosplayer,
Uh-huh.
and I do that.
Mm-hmm.
And then at one point, I did do pageantry, but I'm not gonna say who or what for both of those because I kind of want to keep it separate. But I've
Well,
always kind of been in
yeah.
the content creation space.
I know a lot of people around the area where I'm at that were in the pageantry type of thing, and again, you talk about folks who are very passionate about what they do. That is one area when that folks really, when you're into it, you're into it. And,
Yes, exactly.
and there, and you and folks who don't know it about it, that's something you can check out because there's a lot more than just showing up and declaring a winner. There's a lot of stuff
Yeah,
behind it.
it's not just like a pretty face. There's so much work that goes into pageantry.
Hmm. A lot of work,
Yes,
and
yes. I would.
not only that, but cosplay. There's a lot of work that goes into it, and I'm sure that people who don't who just look at the pictures of cosplayers or maybe videos of cosplayers have no idea about the work that goes into creating a good cosplay um, outfit.
Yes, it's a lot of trial and error and a lot of trying new things because a lot of the times when you pick costumes, you're not necessarily going to have tutorials
Hmm.
out there already available for you. So it's a lot of trial and error.
Yeah, and it's a lot of, I imagine, trying to make purses out of sow's ears types of thing. That's it.
Yeah, yes.
How am I going to make this particular sword? Well, I've got a can of
Yeah,
beans. Let's see if I can do it.
yeah. Or that costume looks incredibly uncomfortable. I must wear it and put it on me.
I must construct it completely out of paper cloth,
Yeah,
paper
yes,
mache
yes.
costume. But again, the folks who are into it are really really into it, and my hats off to them because that's a lot of creativity that I do not have the slightest bit of.
Yeah, some of my costumes, I've spent like 4 months making,
Well,
just for conventions or for competitions.
mhm.
So it really depends because sometimes some things can take you so little time to make, but there's such intricate costumes that can take months, maybe even years, and like thousands of dollars.
Oh man.
Yeah,
No, no, no. Just give me a gray sweatshirt. I'm good.
yeah.
I'll cosplay as your doorstop. Okay, that's it. That's about as far as I'll get. But the amazing results that people get from that and the ingenuity behind it is something that should be looked at and rewarded. So again, you guys do a lot of work on that stuff, and I hope you get recognized for that. Now there's
Thank
work to
you.
do to get a successful VTuber career started too, and you got a chance to take a look behind the scenes before you got started. Anything you wish you'd have known before you got started that you didn't?
Um, I guess I kind of one of the things that I wish I knew is how much work that it actually takes.
Hmm.
I mean, I guess I was kind of told that it was a lot of work, but then until you're actually in it, you don't really see the amount of work that actually goes into it. Because if I'm not streaming, and I stream like 5 days a week, 4 hours at
Right.
a time, I'm making TikToks or I'm making reels or I'm posting on Twitter or I'm finding people to collaborate with
Yeah.
or I'm reaching out to sponsors
Yeah.
or I'm looking for interviews
Yeah.
or like there's so much that actually goes into actually being a successful VTuber and people warn you about it, but until you're actually in it, you don't actually realize the workload that actually comes from being a VTuber.
And I hope folks will take that to heart, but not be discouraged by it because you don't have to put in, from what I've seen, $1 million to get started and enjoy yourself.
No,
Yeah,
no.
yeah. You go in and test the waters. Don't spend every bit of money that you have on something that you may not like in a month. And
Exactly, exactly. You can start small.
yeah, you start small and work your way up. But you kind of you had a little bit of knowledge beforehand, and I imagine there have been a few times where that has been handy for you.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah,
100%.
yeah. So as far as what you've got coming up, now I want to make mention of this because I don't want to forget it because it's very important. Next week,
Yes.
next week you've got a very important event coming up on the channel. Go ahead. I'm giving you the floor for the entire announcement and go.
Awesome. So next week is my Birthmas-a-thon and it's starting June 17th and going until June 23rd. So there's not going to be a timer like normal traditional subathons. Instead, we have a wheel of pain with 29 new redeems on the wheel. And every sub gets you one spin on the wheel with gifted subs. Obviously, the more you gift, the more spins you can get. The max being 150 spins on the wheel. We're going to have community games. We're going to have collabs with some of my favorite people. I have a special edition of Smash or Pass Monster Girls that I'm going to be doing as well, and probably play some Elden Ring. But it's going to be a fun time, and all the proceeds that I raised during the subathon are going to be going towards a new computer because mine is
Oh
dying.
no.
Um, yes.
Mm,
And we're going to have a new birthday outfit available that's only going to happen during the week.
mm.
We have a party tutor. We're getting our first head pack slash bonk redeem. We have new background music and a new emotes, and we have our pets even have little outfits for the birthday. So it's all going to be birthday celebrations, and it's going to be a fun time. So come on down.
Listen, you can listen to the smile as Limeri says that because it sounds like you've been looking forward to this for a long time and you've been planning it for a long time.
Yes, yes. I put a lot of work into it, and I'm excited to see everything finally come together. And
Yeah.
it's going to be my first ever subathon, so
So
here's hoping it goes well.
go everybody go sub because Limeri wants to feel pain. Spin that wheel. Spin that wheel. Oh, if I had one of those, the only thing I'd have on it was have another pizza roll. That would be my punishment.
That's all the pain you need.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. I'm sure it'll affect me later, but right now I'm just hungry. Um, you've been able to you had some friends in the community starting up. Um, have you been able to rely on them and get some more friends as far as collaborations go?
Um, One of the biggest pieces of advice I kind of got when I was starting out from a VTuber, and shout out to Low Lotus, she's amazing. Her piece of advice was to not worry about collaborations when I was first starting out and to more like focus on myself
Mm,
and what I was doing for the stream and how I was interacting with chat, and figure out where I was going because it's going to take a while before the channel actually gets established, before I actually figure out what a direction I actually want to go through.
mm.
And it's kind of helped me a lot in creating the direction of my channel so far. So I haven't really collabed a lot with other people, and this birthday-a-thon is going to be probably the only time we do collaborations so far.
Well, I mean, the people are going to be there though, and I think that's amazing. That's some great advice because it allows you to get your feet on the ground and the direction you want to go um, before somebody else comes in and kind of stomps on you.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah,
Figure out who you are
yeah,
first.
yeah. That's a very good point. Later on down the line, maybe a little more open to collaboration.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah, yeah. Once we get maybe to the fifth or sixth subathon coming up
Yeah.
down the way. What
Yeah.
games are you playing right now on stream?
So we've been playing Celeste. we've done a little bit of Wuthering Waves
Mm,
since it came out a couple of weeks ago,
yeah.
and now we just started Elden Ring last
Mm,
stream.
yeah. What did you think of Wuthering Waves?
Oh, I really loved it. I've never played Genshin Impact though, so I don't really have like a gotcha game experience to
Mm,
kind of compare it to.
yeah.
But for my first gotcha game, I love it. I had to roll for Yinlin. Yinlin took all my money. She took it all. But mommy came home. Mommy came home.
So you didn't have the experience with the Honkai Star Rail, all that stuff before you got into it,
No,
were you able to
no.
get into it easily from not
Yes,
having that experience?
yes. I believe so. I have a few helpful people in chat, and one of my really good friends, he loves Genshin Impact, so
Mm.
he gave me kind of a lot of advice. He's like, "Don't do this, don't do this, don't do this, do that." And I'm like, "Hey, sounds good."
Don't go over there yet.
Yeah.
Don't
He's
do
like,
that.
don't spend all your astrites on this thing right
Yes,
here. He's
yes.
like, spend it on this banner, not this banner. I'm like, hey,
If you happen to get this particular person, try to get another person because this isn't very
yeah,
good.
yeah, that
Yeah,
character sucks.
yeah, that character's terrible. And you're able to get. I think how many do you get to carry at one time? Four people?
Three with Wuthering Waves.
Three
I
with
believe
other,
it's
yeah.
four with Genshin Impact.
Yeah. So you were able to get yourself fairly quickly a decent crew to keep around.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes.
Good.
Encore, Yinlin, and Verena are my babies.
There you go. Well, that's good because there are some folks who haven't played the other two games, and I was kind of worried that it would be tough for them tough for somebody who didn't have that experience to jump right in there. But maybe that will lead
Yeah.
other people to the venerable Genshin Impact, which is almost as old as I am at this point. Which no, it's not. It's not nearly as old as I am, but it's
Yeah.
been around quite a while. Are there you're listing yourself as a variety streamer, so is it going to be variety in different types of games you play, or variety in different types of streams?
Kind of a bit of both. It's kind of we kind of do whatever I kind of feel like in the moment or whatever chat kind of feels like. Or sometimes it's kind of whatever's popular.
Mm-hmm.
Like we played Wuthering Waves because it was popular.
Right.
We played Celeste because my chat told me I couldn't do it because it was too hard.
Oh, yeah. I see how
And
that goes.
I like a challenge, so
Just don't do any of the Bennett Foddy games, okay?
yeah.
Yeah, don't let them gaslight into those games. You're just getting a new computer. You don't want to be destroying it.
Yeah.
And I mean, are you're going to do a smash or pass type thing with this coming up next week? Are you going to do any other things like karaoke?
I actually want to do karaoke streams coming up in the future.
Mm-hmm.
Also, at some point, I would like to do baking streams
Mm.
because those seem really fun, and I don't see a lot of people like baking
Yeah.
per se on stream, so that seems like something I would like to do. Maybe something like chat guides me through the baking, and I have to bake whatever chat says in the chat.
Oh
Maybe something
no.
like that. And then I got to eat it.
Yeah. Oh no.
So we'll see how that turns out.
Yeah. So you're gonna have like fish chili and I don't even know what those folks might come up with. Egg
Over
stew or
salted
something.
cookies.
Yeah. Oh no. Yuck. But sounds like to me you've got a pretty good relationship with your chat right now.
Yeah, they're pretty awesome.
Yeah. Have you been able to pick up a really good base in those couple of months?
I feel like I have.
Yeah.
I have like, consistent people who come back all the time. Sometimes they're really mean to me and they bully me a lot, but it's always a good time.
Yeah. Yeah. It doesn't get way over the top, does it?
No, always in good fun.
Yeah. That's good. As long as everybody knows what's going on and enjoys themselves, and it sounds like you're enjoying yourself very much.
I am. It's probably one of the, in all the content creation stuff that I've done over the past like 10 years,
Yeah.
it's probably the most enjoyment I've had in like creation in a while.
Hmm.
Just because I get to like be myself and I'm not, I feel like when I'm a VTuber, I get to be myself for who I authentically am.
Hmm.
And I know people like me for that and my personality and like kind of my character that I bring to the table rather than the way that I look.
Right.
So it's relieving.
Now, okay, now you've done things in pageantry, you've done things in cosplay. Now you're doing the VTuber things. Do you have time for things like sleep?
Times, like an hour here or there.
Yeah, you're not running yourself too thin, are you?
No, no. At
Yeah,
least I try not to.
yeah, because that no matter how much you like something, that'll turn it a little sour immediately. And it
Yeah.
sounds like that everything. Okay, I'm going to put some words in your mouth. Tell me if I'm wrong. Everything you're doing and enjoying, you put a lot into. Am I right?
Yes.
Mm,
100%.
yeah. It sounds like you're that type of person, and that's good because you obviously embrace these things with the joy of doing them and joy of doing them, learning about them, and doing your best at them.
Yes. I agree.
Yeah. And it sounds like this VTuber thing was meant for you.
Oh, yeah, I agree with that as well. I
Yeah.
feel like I probably would have stumbled on VTubing at some point.
Hmm.
And I'm just kind of grateful for like the people I got to meet in like the last year that kind of picked that up or made it move a little bit faster for me.
Yeah. Now, there's going to be times where, um, and it happens to everybody in every industry, in every media industry too, where you start dragging a little bit.
Hmm.
I'm not saying you because you sound like you have more energy than the entire West Coast, but but if that happens, have you got a backup plan?
Um, Not really.
Yeah, you're just gonna
I
kind
just
of go through it as best you can. Mm.
and kind of deal with things as they come up. I'm
Mm.
trying not to like stress myself out about the when things are going to happen or how they're going to happen and just
Mm.
kind of trying to let them naturally happen and evolve or grow as they come along and then deal with the problems or things that come up when they happen instead of kind of worrying about them.
Sounds like a whippersnapper to me. Always thinking, never thinking way ahead of the problems, just living in the now. No, I definitely admire that. I think that's a great way to do it, and not sweating the small things too much, and
Exactly.
not the. Have you ever listened to the band The Who?
Ooh, I think I have.
Okay,
Sounds familiar.
they have a song called "Another Tricky Day" when the lyric says this is no social crisis, just another tricky day for you. Sometimes we make the mountains out of our molehills that we don't need to do. Um,
Yeah, exactly.
yeah,
Make the problems bigger than they need to be.
yeah, yep. I'm really good at that.
Same.
Yeah. Well, it sounds to me like that even if that does happen for you, you're able to plow through and keep going. And I imagine you're a person that's got a smile on your face most of the time.
Yeah, I try.
Yeah. Well, folks, you need to check out and see what Limery's got going on. One more time, let's go through what's coming up next week.
So next week, from June 17th to the 23rd, is my Birthmas-a-thon, where we will be debuting a new outfit, new pet outfits, head pat slash bonk redeem, new emotes, new background music, a party tutor. There's going to be a wheel of pain. We're going to have collaborations. It's going to be a fun time. Come on down. And all of the money raised from this time is going to help go to a new computer.
Yay! And then
Woo!
we will get even more Limery.
Yes.
Yes. We're going to have all of the links that we've been able to find, even links that Limery doesn't remember. we've been able to find them, and we're going to put them up on the description for the interview coming up here on the YouTube channel. But I can say this right now: it's been an absolute pleasure to talk with you and meet you, and
Yeah,
and this is gonna be fun to see what comes up next week. I'm gonna tune in, and I hope that the listeners do too, because you sound like a person that enjoys themselves and really, really wants to do the best for your community.
yes, 100%. Thank
Thank,
you so much for having me.
thanks for coming on. It's been a great time. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for listening to Eric Loy Interviews. Join us again next time when we talk to another member of the always interesting VTuber community.